Hi everyone, and welcome to Divine Resolution Tarot. For those of you who are new, thank you so much for checking out my channel. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for coming back and giving me the opportunity to read for you for the month of August. So this reading is intended for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. If you are watching for a Gemini, just please reverse the roles because it will feel as though I'm speaking to you about your Gemini. So we're doing kind of a bigger spread this month, and that is why I'm using a smaller deck of cards. The first thing I'm going to look into is kind of the recent past energy that's been affecting the relationship or your love situation. Now, this can be further back. This can be something that just happened. It's just basically whatever spirit feels like I need to know about the situation so that I can understand why things are happening the way they are. So we got the Star in the reverse for you, Justice in the reverse for your person, King of Cups in the center for the state of the relationship. But interestingly enough, at the bottom of your deck, you have the Knight of Cups, which this doesn't feel like very Knight of Cups energy, right? It feels like there may not be much happening right now based on what I'm seeing in the past, but I'm going to pull some cards for the present in a minute. Now, past energy for you, I feel like you've pulled yourself back from this relationship simply because you lost faith in this person. I don't pick up on the vibe that in the past you lost faith in the connection, because it seems like at one time there was a really strong energy of feeling like this person was your soulmate, maybe a twin flame, or at the very least, they were in your life for a reason, right? It was like destiny that you met this person. Something happened here though, because I'm feeling an energy where that belief that you were holding about this person, it really took a knock for the simple fact that it feels like this person is coming through with so much energy of deception, manipulation, being kind of an opportunist, not wanting a commitment, but perhaps making you feel as though that was where the situation was headed. And this is making me feel like this is somebody who may have always ended the situation as soon as it felt like you were getting close to making some kind of progress with them, right? It's kind of like they held the carrot or the brass ring or whatever it was they were supposed to always be working harder for, hoping to attain. And as soon as it looked like this was actually going to turn into something, it seems like this person had a tendency to just go either completely silent, perhaps pay attention to someone else. With this Justice in reverse, could be an ex-partner. It feels like whatever this person was working on in the past, if it was with someone else, that actually did not work out. But I don't think that they actually really wanted it to either. So that's kind of a weird energy. With the King of Cups in the reverse and the Justice in the reverse, it's possible that this person did not commit to you, or made a bad decision as far as who to commit to, which could really be why you lost faith in this person. If you feel like they had a tendency to go be with other people after you were, showing up and trying for this, that really made you pull back your energy. So unfortunately, in the past, the collective energy of the relationship is the King of Cups in the reverse. I feel like for you, not only is that kind of the rejection that this person was putting you through, right? But it changed the way that you decided to give love. Now, it could be that it was just the way you decided to love this person. It could be that you are now kind of adopting a set of new rules on how to deal with love in general, moving forward with other people. But this relationship, it's almost like you're viewing this now as being very karmic in nature. There was a huge lesson that I feel like you learned about love or about yourself. Whereas this person, I'm kind of feeling like they're just stuck in this loop. What's odd about their energy is I feel like this is someone who in the past had a tendency to move very quickly and then pull back very quickly, right? And so there's an energy here of you just trying to like fill in the blank or the gaps and figure out what's happening next within this situation. It almost feels like this is kind of a game that was being played on this person's end, but they were changing the rules all the time. or they never like let you know what the rules of the game were to begin with. Because I feel like with the star in the reverse, you're coming through with like a very genuine energy, right? Or you were. Whereas this person, it's almost like maybe they had a rough life or whatever their deal was, but they took it out on you, right? Everything people did to them. This person is walking around with this emotional deficit. And rather than making it up to themselves, you know, like, okay, well, I put myself in that situation. My last partner sucked. I need to do some self-care, take some time to like get my energy back. It's almost like this person came towards you and felt like you were supposed to be the one to fix what everyone else did to them, right? And so you're not just putting in the work in this connection to build something for the two of you. You were putting the work into the connection to like fix every disappointment this person had ever encountered in life. You know what I mean? So it's so hard because like, how can someone do that? They can't. You know, nobody can make past hurts right for someone, especially like if you weren't even the one that did this to this person. You know what I mean? And I think that's what is probably most unfair about this situation is that it felt like, from what I'm seeing in these cards, this person kind of led you to believe that one day they would be okay, right? One day they would get it together enough to be able to reciprocate for you. But in reality, it's like this person would make no effort to do that whatsoever. And I honestly, with what I'm seeing here, it looks like they didn't really ever have any intention of getting it together for you. They just kind of like the way that you were making them feel. But as soon as you were like, okay, it's time for you to reciprocate, you notice that this person has something better to do, right? Or suddenly they're gone or they're dealing with someone else. So this King of Cups in the reverse for their part of the situation is very much that kind of narcissistic, gaslighty, love bombing, ghosting, manipulative energy, right? For you, this King of Cups in the reverse is more symbolic of you realizing that this person is not open to being in love, right? They're not open to getting it together, being able to reciprocate. It's just like as soon as you fill their cup, they pour it out and then they hold the cup out for you like, here, it's empty, you know, and you're expecting the cup to have something in it, right? Because it's supposed to be give and take. And instead they just keep handing you more trauma to fix or more, you know, expectations of what you're supposed to do to get them emotionally where they need to be able to actually show up for you, right? Their problems are your problems. So very difficult for your past energy. And I can completely see why you would want a tarot reading about this situation because there's a lot going on here. You know, this person has really left you in an energetic deficit. And so I'm going to pull some cards to see what is being created now, what's going on with the two of you right now, because these are very big lessons, I feel like. But this person with the Justice in the reverse, I think they have a tendency to keep putting themselves in the same situations and then expecting people to feel sorry for them. You know, and initially I feel like you did feel really bad for this person. But as time goes on, you're starting to see that all of the problems they have, they've created for themselves. They're not doing anything to fix the problems that they have. They're expecting you to be the one to fix problems that they have with other people or make them feel better, right? About situations that they're creating that really, with what you've been giving, they should have been giving that attention to you. And so I feel like you were moving into a space of like, you know, you're off doing all this stuff with other people and it's blowing up in your face. Now you want me to feel bad for you, right? But if you were a person of integrity, your attention would have been with the person that was showing up for you this whole time. You get what I mean? So let's see what's going on with you currently. Yeah, I think you're kind of over relationships right now. Not forever, but I do feel like for the time being, you have enough wisdom to understand that if you jump into the next thing with someone new, you very well may end up doing to the new person what this old person did to you, right? This is, it's like this person damages people, and then those people go off and damage more people, you know, because once you have that deficit of like, I'm wounded, I'm hurt, if you don't find a way to fix that for yourself, you're going to recreate those patterns where now in your next relationship, you become very much like this person that you were dealing with, and you do this to someone else. So thankfully, I feel like you have the wisdom to understand that, right? That in this moment, rather than trying to work on something with them or something new, you need to get back into a space where you're feeling 100% grounded in where you're at, feeling emotionally fulfilled within your own life. So that's very good. This person over here is running around being ratchet right now. And I think you probably know that about this person's nature, right? This person, I feel like, is probably not giving you a whole lot to go on at this time, because what I'm seeing here is like you're very protective of your energy. You know, if you are communicating with this person right now, I don't feel like you're opening up to them in a way that is allowing them to even begin to understand how you feel about them. This is almost the energy of like, you don't even deserve to know how you've made me feel, simply because that would be a waste of time to explain it to you when it's obvious you don't care. I feel like Gemini, for you, you're trying to recoup your time this month that you've invested in this person. You're holding back all of your resources, but you're also being so very protective of, even if you're having like ideas about what this could be in the future, it's almost like not only are you keeping that from this person, but you're not even allowing yourself to really consider that at this time, because the way that you love has changed, right? You're not in a space of wanting to be so giving, so open. You are more like, I need to assess situations. I need to see if they're safe. I need to see if I'm ready. I need to see action from potential partners. This person is a mess in the sense that there's no stability with them whatsoever. Like, they're just kind of doing whatever. You know, it doesn't feel like this person has learned their lesson. It feels like this is someone who is very blasé about the whole situation, right? They're not trying to consider how they've made you feel. You know, this could be someone that, if you are speaking to this person, they haven't even tried to acknowledge the damage, you know, or the destruction that they created. They haven't tried to offer any kind of apology to you whatsoever or explanation. And I see that this person is actually keeping that from you on purpose at this time. And I feel like that's a way to try to control you, right? To try to make you feel less than, or like you don't matter enough to get the apology or the explanation, right? It's all fair in love and war, not my problem, whatever, right? And I think that that's kind of this person's way of like clapping back at you because you're not investing in this anymore, right? You don't see the potential for this situation the way you used to. You look at this person so differently, and they don't like that. They feel like that this should just pick back up and everything should go back to normal, and there's no reason to really talk about what happened, right? I don't care if you're confused, because that was then and this is now. You get what I'm saying? It's almost like this person has a tendency to like leave when things start to get too intense or they need to be accountable, and then they give it time, and then somehow you end up returning to one another, and to them it's like, oh well, that's so last year, that's so last month, like you're so petty, why are you bringing that up when that already happened, that's so long ago. Whereas for you, it's like, okay, yeah, that might have been so long ago to you, but that's the last time that I saw you. So of course that's going to be at the front of my mind. I do feel like you still owe me this apology, right? But this person, with what I'm seeing here, they are glossing over a situation, right? And pretending like everything should be fine. Why can't we get together? 10 of Cups, 5 of Wands, let's hang out. Let's do what we used to, like, and you're looking at it like, you know what? You knocked me so far out of alignment the last time I spent time with you. I don't even begin to have it to give any attention at all, right? So let's find out what is going on. I want to see how you're feeling about this person at this time. Yeah, very unattracted to this person. So it's kind of interesting that they're coming up in your energy. I feel like it could just be because this was your last big situation and it's really shaped the way that you're viewing relationships at this time. I think perhaps you're wishing for closure, or you're hoping to gain some sort of understanding about how someone could operate this way and still tell you that they love you or they care about you, because this does not feel like love, right? This feels like something else. This person, the way they feel about you is Page of Wands. The way you feel about them is Ace of Wands reversed, right? So this is somebody that they're open to having like a physical relationship, right? They're open to having a situationship or getting together, hooking up, whatever. You are not. So that's why I feel like this person is kind of punishing you, because you turned them down or you rejected this person in some way. Or you were just like, hey, you really need to do some soul searching, because I'm not available for this anymore, right? I don't like the way you treat me, or I don't like the lack of accountability for your actions, right? So, I mean, this person, they're kind of looking at you in a new light, because I feel like you're showing them something different right now. But I'm also seeing that they're not taking this serious, right? They're still just kind of like, oh, okay, well, whatever, maybe next time. And then they're off and they're doing their thing. I feel like whatever their thing is, they're keeping it from you because they don't want you to know that you're not their main priority or their only priority. Because I think ideally, if you would be available to this person, then they would leave, whatever they're doing now. But because it feels like you're not budging, right? And you're not being fun, there is an energy here of wanting to keep like a backup plan or wanting to keep their options open. Keeping that from you, keeping that from whoever these people are, whatever the situation is, because this is someone who, I think they just kind of go wherever they can get what they want, or they kind of go wherever it's easiest, right? The least amount of work, the least amount of accountability. As long as I keep a couple people on deck, if somebody starts acting like things are too serious for me, then I'll just leave, right? And then I'll come back after a while and then I'll make them feel stupid for wanting an explanation because that happened so long ago. You get what I'm saying? This person kind of has a tendency to do that. It's like that's how they operate. That's how they get away with stuff, right? So I'm going to take a look next at what you're wanting. Let's see what this person's wanting. Okay. So I feel like for you, Gemini, you do want to see this person, but I feel like it's more coming from a space of wanting to be able to assess the situation. I feel like more than you want to try to reconcile with this person, you really just want to be happy. And so it could be because you have no swords over here that you want to get something off your chest, right? Or maybe you have like that thing that you feel like you need to know. For some of you, it feels like very strongly you're wondering, did this person ever even care, right? Or like, how dare this person think that after the way they treated you and there's no explanation that you should just be open to having some sort of random fling with them, right? And I think for you, you're like offended with some of the cards I'm seeing here. It's like, I'd like to meet up with this person and be like, what the hell is wrong with you? You know what I mean? I think with this 3 of Cups, you're also kind of wanting to be able to figure out if this is karmic in nature or if this is something that You know, is this like a twin that's going through their, you know, ego death and they're fighting it? Like, I think there's an energy of you wanting to keep things very light when you deal with this person, like however you're dealing with this person. And when I say light, I'm not saying that you wouldn't bring up difficult topics, but what I am saying is that you would want to meet this person in a public place. You would not be open to having any kind of like physical relationship or contact with this person. Whereas this person, I'm going to tell you, what they want is to have sex with you, right? That's like literally their goal in all of this. Also, because you're showing them kind of this new version of you, this person is trying to go out of their way to trigger you so that you'll feel bad about yourself. Okay. And I think that perhaps this person has the idea that when you're feeling bad about yourself, your boundaries drop, right? Or you start feeling more codependent, because it's almost like this person has kind of this belief that the more they push you away, the more you'll want them. And maybe in the past, that is what happened, right? That you were doing the most to try to save this person from themselves or heal this person or whatever. So it's almost like you're putting your foot down and you're saying, like, Nine of Pentacles reverse, Five of Pentacles, I'm not open for a relationship. I'm working on myself. There's nothing that I want from you, right? I don't want anything. I'm still kind of messed up over the way you treated me, even though you don't seem to think there's any issue here, right? I don't want to be the only person putting work into this. Whereas this person is just like, okay, so like, I see that Gemini has kind of got this new attitude. They're trying to hold me accountable. But I also know that in the past, I've been able to do things to get under Gemini's skin enough that they would feel bad about themselves and take me back, whether I apologize or not, whether I change or not, right? So even though you're showing this person something new, they're still feeling like they can find a way to get under your barrier. And that's by making you feel unimportant, right? Probably this person, I feel like, with what I'm seeing here, if you were communicating with them, it feels like they've gone very, very quiet. It looks as though they're spending time with other people. Page of Wands, they might be trying to put on a show for you. Ace of Wands reversed, you're not even paying attention, right? Because things have changed for you. That's what I feel like. Now you're viewing any kind of attention you give this person as like fuel to their fire. So you're not going to feed into that, right? You want to be happy with this Three of Cups. I think ideally you do care about this person. You would like this person to be a part of your life, but you want to keep it simple. Like, you're not open to really catching feelings for this person at this time or reopening Pandora's box outside of perhaps getting closure, but you're not open to like reigniting anything with this person in a romantic capacity. This person here, though, is trying to create doubt through silence and probably some pretty public activities. So I guess what I'd say about that, and I feel like you're already doing this, if this person is not contacting you in the month of August, or if they suddenly get like really quiet, just do yourself a favor and keep focusing on what you got going on, because this person is hoping that you're watching whatever they're doing, right? And in all honesty, with what I'm seeing, everything they're doing doesn't even really matter to them. It's just a way to keep themselves busy and make it seem like they're not interested in you, they don't care about you, or you're not worth their time. You get what I'm saying? So let's take a look at your question about the relationship and their question. Okay. So this is somebody, they're testing you. You know what I mean? They're testing your resolve or your new boundaries. They're going to see if you're going to stand on what you told them. You know, are you still going to continue to take stock of what you've done versus what they've done? And I feel like that's the issue here, because the only pentacles that have come out is their question about the relationship. Am I actually going to have to pay Gemini back for their time or their money or their love to be able to have sex with them again? Am I actually going to have to show up? Like, is that it? You know, because I feel like for this person, that might be a deal breaker. You get what I mean? For you, your question is the Knight of Swords. So as much as I feel like you would like to have something that's amicable with this person, I think you're still pretty pissed off, right? And I think you feel like this person, if you allow them into your life, would they sabotage you, right? Would they try to detract from the happiness that you've been able to build for yourself in spite of the way this person has treated you? You get what I mean? There's kind of an energy here of like you wondering if this person is ever going to understand the magnitude of the relationship or their actions or the damage that they've caused you. You know, is this person ever going to wake up? Are they ever going to come in and get it and understand, like, man, I screwed up the best thing that ever happened to me in my life, right? Well, with this person, I honestly, with the spread I have right now, it looks like that would take a long time, because with the Seven of Pentacles being this person's question, they're just kind of like, oh, well, is Gemini done waiting on me? Right? Is this really game over? Do I really have to show up? Do I really have to do something now? Like, I have to invest in Gemini now if I want to see them again, or what? Right? So kind of frustrating, you know, for the month of August. If this is somebody that you're hoping for a reconciliation with, it feels like this may not be the month for you. I am wanting to see what's going to happen next. Okay, so it looks like future energy, what's being created here is the Four of Cups in the reverse. There is the possibility of a meetup in the future. Not sure that it would be August, because this person is going to have to understand that this behavior is not going to work on you. And when you don't come forward to say something like, why aren't you talking to me? Or why aren't you answering me? They're going to do this for a while, right? Where they try to like put on a show, make you feel like you don't matter. With you not paying attention, you're not going to see any of it. So it'll have no effect on you, right? Or even if for some of you, you do look, you're not going to feel the same way you used to. It's not going to motivate you to go after this person. If anything, it's going to repel you from this situation, because you're going to see that this person is still lost, right? They still are going to be a massive burden, right? And so that's kind of going to tell you everything that you feel like you need to know. It does feel like the opportunity for some kind of meetup will come. It also feels like there's going to be some real disappointment going on. So I'm going to look and see, where's that disappointment coming from? Is it, you know, if you take them up on the opportunity to meet up, will you be disappointed with what you see in them? I feel like for them, part of that disappointment could very well be that they actually have now hit this brick wall where it is game over. It is like, okay, the bank is empty. It's time to make a deposit, right? And I'm interested to see what this person will do as a reaction to that, because right now it feels like they're still behaving in such an immature fashion that it's almost like they don't even have the fortitude or strength of character to be able to start paying back this energetic debt, right? So let's take a look in the extended reading at some of these questions. I'm going to pull cards for the future energy. We're going to look at the outcome as well. I'm going to get a bunch of cards for your person to see kind of what their problem is, right? Why do they act this way? Because this is just, I don't know if you're dealing with someone younger than you. I guess it could be a few things. Maybe this person just has a short attention span. I don't know. But if the energy is like miles apart, you know, it seems like you're very grounded. Whereas this is somebody that just doesn't really take anything too serious, you know. So I'm going to take it over to the extended reading, and I'll get a bunch of cards to see what's going on with this combination here with this Four of Cups in the reverse. Who is going to end up disappointed at this meeting? How is this going to happen? and what will be the outcome of this situation for the both of you. So if you are interested in that, there is a preview at the end of the video. The link is in the description box below. And if you need a personal reading, my website is also in the description box as well. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for all of you, and I will see you over in the extended reading. Bye. All right, Gemini, thank you so much for joining me for the extended reading. So we left off our public reading at the Four of Cups in the reverse. Your person is questioning the Seven of Pentacles, and you're questioning the Knight of Swords. Let's take a look at what you're both showing one another, because here's that Three of Cups in the reverse again, with kind of that disappointing energy. The love is here, but for some reason, there's kind of this weird emotional stalemate. So let's see what you're showing them and what they're showing you. All right, so I think this is the issue and why this Four of Cups in the reverse is happening. When you're not giving this person the reaction that they're used to, right? You're showing them that you've elevated, you've grown in some way. You're no longer giving up your power to kind of this silliness that it feels like this person has a tendency to display when they don't get what they want or they feel like they're losing control of a situation. So the thing is that this person is starting to feel like they don't have what they need to be able to manipulate you anymore, you know? And so at this point, it's almost like rather than this person do the work to try to get on your level, they're thinking of new ways to try to make themselves look better in your eyes. Now, I'm saying it that way because them looking better to you doesn't necessarily mean that they're a better person or they're in a better place, right? It's kind of more the energy of like dressing up something that is literally the same exact thing. And under the bow, guess what, right? Surprise. So this person, I feel like they're kind of spinning their wheels, looking at you thinking, okay, I feel like my Gemini might not be into this. I feel like Gemini might not fall for my trick. I need to figure out something else. And unfortunately, I feel like what they're going to do next is something that perhaps you're not expecting, and it really might throw you for a loop.